Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Mel, and I'll be facing off against the Jarvan adventure from the Spirit Blossom event. I realized that I didn't really get to play a lot of Mel when she first came out because I was so focused on Thresh, and since we need to play a Noxian champion in order to get the rewards off of this adventure, I figured might as well just play Mel. I'm running her relic because she really synergizes with casting multiple copies of the same spell, and also I'm running Chemtech Duplicator, so when we reach 6 mana we get even more copies of the same spell. So yeah, hopefully things turn out well. I did already try this adventure once with her, but I got steamrolled by Braum because, as it turns out, when your foes get +2/+2 every time you deal damage to them, your sacrifice for progress power becomes more of a detriment than an upside. But we managed to generate a Blade's Edge at the round start, which is actually a pretty decent power to get right away. It allows me to go for one Blade's Edge per turn, and in turn that should allow me to rapidly scale up damage on the opponent's units with spellcasts.
I'm actually here.
It's not needed to keep the or play anything else.
I've got your back.
Okay, I might be a bit screwed here. I'm going to have to take the 11 no matter what, I think. Actually no, I can mitigate that to 9 if I play Mel and he doesn't play anything else. Yeah, I think that's my best bet. No, actually, because I'll only have 1 mana left if I do that. So I need to go for this here. Even then it's not enough. Maybe I just let the opponent attack into me and I trade in my units. And then I can do this. At the very least I'll be able to clear out 2 of the opponent's units, or 1 of the opponent's units, and I only lose 6 health in the process. And I set up a Mel here, and that's relevant.
The Black Rose will answer for all that they've done.
Can you stop playing stuff that give your units barrier? It's incredibly annoying. I think by this point I just do 1 here and then 3 in order to make it so. And there goes my Mel. Of course the opponent has single combat available. I should have figured. Well, at the very least now he doesn't get multiple barriers for free. Unfortunate part is that I'm pretty sure I have no way to clear the board at fast speed. So I have to do this here, this here, this clears 2, but it leaves 1 available, or it leaves 2 up, and it will get to attack with both of them.
What could have been?
Unless we draw a spell here, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Ouch. I don't think I'll be able to afford going for a early Spirit State power. I'm already struggling enough as is. I don't need to struggle even more.
Safety mode.
Unless it's something that I can definitely deal with.
Lucky shot.
Well, fortunately the opponent appears to have let me
Blast him.
keep control of the board. Of course, he still has one last combat trick up his sleeve.
Needs more
Well, now I've reached the point where he no longer has any cards in hand. So I'm safe, hopefully. At the very least I'll be able to... No, never mind, he gets a barrier on that thing. Actually, I'll actually be able to clear it, never mind. The Howling Gales are dealing a bunch of damage now. Look who decided to show up. Could have used you a bit earlier.
The arcane is at my fingertips.
But it's alright. The opponent's about to die anyway. Let's just attack. I'm just going to attack. Deal 7. Generate another Radiant Volley. Actually deal 14 because Mel doubles up my spell casts.
Another malefactor subdued.
Definitely not the best position to be in. Obliterator for 4 mana. Bouncing Bomb with Morelnomicon. I learned earlier in one of my Mel runs that applying Gloom doesn't actually work to proc the Sacrifice for Progress. Normally that's not very good, but against Braum that might be relevant. Then again, Obliterator for 4 mana. A 2 mana Bouncing Bomb. Yeah, I'll take the 2 mana Bouncing Bomb. It's a good control tool, or decent enough. Veigar. If I could play the Darkness at burst speed, that would be very tempting. But with it being limited to slow speed, that makes Veigar not that great of a pick here, I think. Nami. Nami can be useful. Value is interesting because Shield of Durand is a decent defensive spell. But I feel like Nami might just be overall better. Now let's see. 50 puff caps on random cards in your deck. Yeah, I can deal with that. Round end, curse yourself with Vicar. I could definitely benefit from the communal mana flow more than the opponent in order to get to 6 mana quickly. But as is, I don't think I can afford to go for it. Spells chest, item chest. I think the spells chest is better. We are in fact a deck that cares about spellcasts. I'll just have to go all in on the legendary power then. Multiple tidal waves. I'll keep the last ballistic pot and bouncing bomb, plus everything else. I think what I want to do here is ballistic pot, blade's edge something. Start ramping up the blade's edge damage. That thing survives no matter what next turn, so I figure dealing one there to prevent that thing from getting barrier. How unfortunate, the opponent gets a Dauntless Vanguard anyway. White Tidal Wave here. It would be good if I could guarantee that the Tidal Wave doesn't hit that. I have to take 15 no matter what. But maybe by playing the Fun Smith, I can actually mitigate that a little bit to 13 instead. Ouch. It hurts a lot, but hopefully it pays off. Let's go Tidal Wave here. If it hits the City of Cloudfield, it's good for me now, actually. And it does. Lucky me. Let's go for Mel.
Action invites regret.
Let's Blade's Edge that one. Clear most of the opponent's board. Now that's the biggest threat the opponent has on board, because it's going to get, yep, barrier. This thing unfortunately won't get rid of the barrier on the opponent's unit, but this will. Actually, my spells now get doubled up because of Mel's effect. So I can deal double 3 there, or I can do 2 twice. Honestly, I think I can set up a chain reaction here, right? I can make it this go up to 6. But the opponent's units don't have overwhelm, so I don't even have to worry that much about blocking. I only need to remove that thing. So I think doing this is better. Let him develop more. Hopefully get something that can be killed easily. I think this is a decent enough play. The opponent attacks here, yep. I can deal 2 here, twice. Set up a kill both here, and then I can block there. Mitigate the amount of damage I take. Then let's drop down the Nami.
Let my home be swallowed by darkness.
And suppose I'll just do this. Get rid of that thing. Oh, they fixed it.
Let the tide carry you.
Before you wouldn't get the damage off of the Morellonomicon affected spells, but now it appears you do. They must have fixed it in the meantime. It was when Mel was recently released, so it makes sense. Let's go double 4 there.
Let the tide carry you.
Actually, that will be 4 into 5, never mind. Forgot about that part.
Ready for deployment.
Ooh, and it actually procs the Gloom. Because it was dealt by a spell that had Gloom on it. Interesting. Well, let's do that there. My spells now have Overwhelm, so
The Mirai will
this should
never know fear again.
should deal a decent amount of damage to the opponent's Nexus.
Surging tide.
Ah, never mind, because it doesn't get cast. It's still fine. Let's deal 11 to the opponent's Nexus and then attack for game.
With the surf.
Just like this. Let's see if the Radiant Volley works.
Tide carry you.
Yeah, the second part of the spell fizzles. Or the second spell cast fizzles. But as long as I deal a bunch of damage to the opponent's units with a spell, and I massively ramp up or massively increase the speed at which I ramp up my spell damage. I think it doesn't matter. Blade's Edge or Make It Rain. Or V-Crush the Exuberant. Honestly, I will take the V-Crush because the Make It Rain seems like it will dilute my deck a bit too much. Tidal Waves. Deal 1 to 2 random enemies. Create a Crushing Wave. None of these are good enough. Let's reroll. Time Trick. Time Trick allows me to go through my deck faster. But 1 mana, Dawn and Dusk. I'm going to take the 1 mana Dawn and Dusk. Maybe it will be relevant. It's basically a board in a box as long as I have a unit on board. Solar Flare. That should be fine. I'll keep these 2. In theory, the opponent only has challenger units, so they're not really that big of a threat. Wizard's Fills 2 spell mana. I'm actually going to go ahead and do this because it is also generates 1-drops when it dies. So now I can go for the attack. The opponent obviously blocks. I get 1-drops, I get spell mana back, and I can start ramping up the amount of damage on my Blade's Edge. It turns out the Dawn, what's it called? Dawn and Dusk is already paying off. Let's just deal 2 to everything yet again. Let the opponent respond with something of his own. That's actually pretty decent. I can go 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, and completely clear his entire board yet again. Okay, this game is going significantly better. He still has another one. I suppose I'll deal 2 to it. I want to get the Academy Prodigy down on a clear board in order to get free draws off of it. The opponent's out of resources anyway, or almost out of resources, so this is an incredible position to be in. Now I have a bunch of solar flares. I'm definitely just hard casting it here. What does he have for 1 mana anyway? Nothing. We'll go for a Blade's Edge, continue ramping up that damage. And I'm fine. Ooh, that would be scary. If only I didn't have a bunch of ways to remove it. Let's let the opponent attack first. Or develop a board. Running Assault. That's actually better for me. I'm actually going to do this. That gets brought down to 3 or to 2, which means it dies to a solar flare. Ooh, I can't let that buff go through though. Anything else? Actually, let's do it like so. This way everything dies and the... Actually no, let's do this first. So that this thing dies first, summons the unit off of the bounty board, then this thing dies and kills the unit off of the bounty board. The order matters. Yep, just like that. A perfect chain reaction. Let's get Nami down. Might as well. Start buffing up these small units I have on board. Except the opponent's already at a very low life total, so it doesn't matter.
I'm proud to call myself Tidecaller.
Now, Cunning Sweep, Go Hard, Coral Creatures. I'm actually going to take the Go Hard. If we do get to cast the pack your bags, we'll be in a great position. All of these are pretty terrible. Whoosh. It can give me a chunk blocker, so I'll take it. And then I'm definitely going to spend my money on the healing. I want to go into this encounter with full health, because I know how hard it can be, especially for this deck. Most of the opponent's units are 0 attack, so maybe the correct play here is to just let the opponent develop a board as much as possible. I'm going to do this. Return that to the hand. Yeah, that's 3 attack. That's not really a significant enough threat. At least I don't think. That's 0 attack. That's not a threat. I think I just play to ramp up my spell's damage and just let the opponent deal 3 a turn or something along those lines. They'll drain 1 from a unit. Does this buff up his unit? Yes, it does. I definitely don't want that. So yeah, I'm just going to pass. Take the 6 and draw 1. Set up so that next turn I can draw an additional card as well. Let's deal 3 there. I seriously doubt the opponent has a way to damage his own units. Now that thing's a bit more of a threat. Deal damage to a unit equal to its attack. But this doesn't deal damage. Yeah, this is good. Let's keep the opponents in this state. I'm taking yet another 6 here, but it's fine. I am now in a position where I can go for Mel Nami. Do I pull the trigger now? I think so, because we're at 6 mana.
I won't let my home be swallowed by darkness.
Let's go hard here. Try and get rid of the Gulski Snow Dog first. If I do this, I draw 2. Don't exactly want to draw 2. At least not right away.
Do not lose your composure.
But this is decent. I can draw 2. Do I draw 2? I draw 2. Mostly because I want to attack with something in order to get multiple things off of the Mel. Can deal 5 to something twice. That kills the Braum. Do I care about that? Howling Gale is the card that has Mel Spow, the Mark of the Madarda. These things are also a problem. If I could get rid of them. I should. Let the tide carry you. Okay, he's buffing the Abdulski Snow Dog. That's alright.
Worthy of the winter's claw.
Scargrounds. Scargrounds is a bit worse. Would be nice if I had landmark removal, but I don't. Well, as long as I get rid of the Bone Scryers, I no longer have to deal with I no longer have to deal with being burned every time I cast the spell. So this is decent. I have 4 mana. If I attack, I generate 2 spells. I want to generate those spells, definitely. So let's do it like so. I can afford to burn one of these, right? Yeah. I want the extra spell mana in order to do this. Double cast that.
Surging tide.
Except that thing makes, or the Scargrounds makes the opponent's units extremely resilient now. Radiant Volley deals 5, then deals 6, deals 4 here. Then deals 5, 4, then 5 kills, right? I hope I'm right. No. I was wrong, in fact. Instead, I can deal 1 to everything. Honestly, this is fine. Let's just deal that damage to the opponent's Nexus. Next turn I'll just rebuttal something. Kill the rush. Maybe I can kill the opponent with burn. Yep, that's enough damage to kill the opponent. Okay, I think I played this as best as I could. I definitely messed up at some points, like trying to kill the Braum there. But the letting myself just not give anything to the opponents on the first few turns was definitely the correct play. Wait, what? Why did the opponent not die? Well, this is still a kill, so I'm pretty sure that the amount of damage I was dealing to the opponent's Nexus was more than the opponent had in health, but maybe I was mistaken. Either way, I win. And that's all that matters in the end. But that was definitely a rough game. Challenger. All of these are pretty terrible keywords. I guess I'll take the... I only want to play Mel turn 6 anyway. But this makes it more awkward to play Mel alongside other spells, so maybe that Challenger is decent enough. Maybe Mel can pick off some weak units sometimes. Evolve, gem crafting. I already have gem crafting by default, right? When you play a spell, give a random ally in hand +1/+1 twice. I'll take it. And Aid the Spirit. When you play a card, deal damage to your Nexus equal to its cost. Your spells and skills deal double damage. The foe summons a Scargrounds. When the foe plays has played a 6+ cost spell this game, their spells cost 1 more. Get Jinx is way too good to pass up. Let's just hope I didn't make a mistake by picking it up. I only have to beat one single encounter with this negative drawback, and afterwards I'll have a very incredible power to lean on. Let's do last.
Denounce magic.
Let's attack with last.
Hey, over here!
What are you hiding?
I can go rebuttal here. I take 4 shards, but at the same time I make it so that thing doesn't get barrier next turn, and I can kill it with a simple Blade's Edge. Remembrance. Frightening, definitely. If only I could go Mel alongside something else, but I can't. Let's do Shimon Wind. Ooh, that's good. That's very good. I'll save that for Mel.
But you have no alibi.
Signing off.
I don't need to draw more. Instead, I'd rather do this. Deal a little bit of damage to the opponent and start setting up clears. Let's get the Funsmith down.
Investment for a lot of pow.
That's a bother. I'll have to jump block next turn.
Mages can't hide from me.
I have a plan. I just need to ensure that I can play Mel next turn. Silence, that's not good. Healed and double stats. Let's play the last.
Take a look at this.
Let's do ballistic bot.
I am superior life form.
That's a very scary unit the opponent has there.
Outgunned.
Let's play the Mel.
Inaction.
I have a plan. I'm pretty sure that the Chemtech duplicators stack. So I think I can attack like so, let him block however he wants. I'm just going to get a full board of Mels. I get a bunch of Radiant Volleys. And I do this here. Okay, every spellcast
Focus. Do not lose your composure.
deals one to my Nexus. That's a bit unfortunate. But that's why I saved the go hard for so long. Five. And then I go hard. I take 0, but I get that thing doubled up a bunch of times. Let's hope that I don't take damage for the pack of your bags. But I don't think I should, because they have already been paid for, those spellcasts. Yep, I was right, they've already been paid for. Wait, why didn't those drain? What went wrong? Why didn't those drain? That was extremely weird. Does this kill the opponent? Yes, it does, and I only take 6 damage. I'm taking it. I'm taking the way out. My plan worked out. Wait. It dealt less damage than it said it would. Yet again. That's bad. Now I'm forced to find another way to close out the game. I guess I have to pass turn.
I did my best, King.
I don't even generate a... what's it called? A Blaze Edge. I have to take 6 yet again, but hopefully this is enough to close out the game. I am going to be dealing a bunch of damage to the opponent's unit.
Another malefactor subdued.
But now I'm definitely not crazy. I saw that the opponent would take more damage than they actually took. So something definitely went wrong with the calculations the game was making. Focusing Crystal on the Academy Prodigy. No, I'm passing that up. Ethereal Remitter. What does that do? I don't remember exactly. Round start, silence all units. All units have formidable. Round start, stun the strongest and weakest unit. I think that benefits me more than it benefits the opponent, right? Because the opponent's always going to have the strongest unit. I'm pretty sure. And do I care about having my weakest unit stunned? I don't think so. All units have formidable. It makes it so every time I deal damage to the opponent's unit, my units or the opponent's units lose attack. I'm going to pass. All these are pretty terrible. Our allies have fated. I don't really care about it. Rekindler, champion item chest. I'm going to reroll here. Your created cards cost 1 less. Okay, that's huge. Now my Blade's Edge costs 0. Yeah, let's go for the Battlesmith. I want to buy another revive. Now my Blade's Edge costs 0. Some of the spells I generate off of the... I think my tidal waves also get their cost reduced because their copies, right? Maybe not. Let's toss off the Allura. I'll keep the tidal wave and the coral creatures. I can also go for the Academy Prodigy on the first turn. Okay, no, it actually works. The Wild Inspiration works with the cards off of the Mark of Madarda. That's huge. Let's deal 2 there. That means my next cast of the Blade's Edge deals 4, right? Let's test it with the Tidal Wave. My next cast of Tidal Wave should deal 4. Yep. Now my spells grow by 2 every spell cast. That's incredible. Do I care about removing the opponent's units? Yeah, I guess. I guess that's decent enough. Next turn I can go for the Meteor Shower. Clear whatever the opponent summons. Yeah, with the legendary power, I think I'm in a place where I just am under no threat, no matter what the opponents do. Let's drop down the Nami.
It's dangerous, but I will see it through.
Let's Tidal Wave. Moon glow, because I need to empty cards out of my hand.
Rolling tides. Heed my call.
And now he attacks, obviously, because of course he does. Why wouldn't he? But I have a clear with the Blaze Edge,
Surging tide.
so I'm safe. Let's do this here. Protect our draw.
With the surf.
Even though at this point I don't think I need draw. I have enough cards in hand as is. I think I'm even going to play Mel,
Arcane is at my
because I don't think I'm in a position where I can afford or I'm in a position where I don't need to wait for the turn where for turn 6 to drop down Mel. Let's just do this.
Ride the surging tides.
Keep buffing up my units. Let's raid. No, let's do this. I'll save Radiant Burst for later.
Surf. The Mirai will never know fear again.
It would be nice if I could draw the
Here we go.
what's it called? The go hard. Yeah, the go hard in order to heal myself a little bit. I'm going to burn a card. Well, fortunately it wasn't the go hard. I can just close out the game here by playing the Blade's Edge on the opponent's Nexus.
focus. Do not
But I kind of
lose your
want to
devotion.
heal myself up with the go hard. Unfortunately I end up clearing the opponent's board, or I have to clear the opponent's board and that kills the opponent in the process. Yeah, I'll have to revive. I mostly wanted to heal myself so I could afford to go for a card cut in the healer encounter. But with the second revive I might be able to forego it. It's either the V-Crash that gets cut, or perhaps the Bouncing Bomb. Maybe the Coral Creatures too. The Bouncing Bomb is rather slow, but if your spells and skills will double damage, it's basically 2 mana -4/-4 or -2/-2 on 2 things. So maybe I don't pass up on it. Maybe I keep it. Maybe the V-Crash. V-Crash can be played for free if I have a champion on board, but I don't need the extra card draw from the sleep stream. So yeah, let's get the V-Crash. I have 30 health anyway. There's no way that the 10 health is going to make a difference. Oh, the Dawn and Dusk is probably among the weaker cards I could get the mark on, because it's not a damage spell. I guess I'll just have to use it as a sort of way to generate a board in case I desperately do need a board.
Charged up and ready to go.
Let's just do this. I create 2 exact copies. So maybe doing this is fine, and then going for a Dawn and Dusk in order to hopefully make it so the opponent's units lose a bit of health is a good decision. Like I just do this. Let's do this. This is basically cycling through my deck, right?
That's a bunch.
I think that's fine, and the opponent's incentivized to block here. So he gets rid of the 2 units he just summoned here, and I basically spent 0 mana to do it. And now I have a full hand. Even though I don't really want to have a full hand. I'm actually going to get rid of the Dawn and Dusk here. Because I'd much rather have another card from my deck. Unfortunate part is that I do burn a card here. Can I rebuttal here? Okay. At the very least, by using rebuttal, I get rid of the opponent's Jarvan IV. Because he no longer has double attack. I think that's fine. I have enough value to carry me throughout the rest of the game, I think. I'm going to play Nami here in order to hopefully attract removal from the opponent.
Thank the protector. Thank your soldiers, father.
It doesn't have removal, or it doesn't appear to have removal. I'll do this here. That's pretty decent. Okay, it did have removal. That's actually good. I don't mind losing the Nami. It would be a lot more terrible to lose the Mel instead. Let's go ahead and -2 those two. I'm just doing that. Actually, no, I can do this as well. No, I'll save that for next turn. I can go parlay into Blade's Edge to remove the double attack off of the Jarvan IV. Or I can also do Solar Flare. Nah, the opponent doesn't have any ways to remove my units, so this is fine, this is safe. I can just do this. That loses the double attack. And then I set up so that I deal 2 here, deal 2 here, deal 2 here. I can also do this here and everything dies. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. And Mel levels up, so that deals a bit more damage to the opponent's face. Really? You don't have anything else? Okay, I'll take it. He does appear to be out of resources. I mean, he only has 5 cards in hand. I'll play Nami. Let's buff up my units in order to close out this game. That's nothing. And that's not frightening at all. Let's do this here. Hope that that manages to heal me up a little bit.
Let the tide carry you.
It's not a lot, but it's something. Nothing. Oh, that just sets you up to be rebuttaled on.
Rise with the surf. Ride the surging tide. Rise with the surf.
Nami is almost leveled up. The opponent just took a bunch of damage. This is just game over.
Ride the surging tide. Rise with the
Ooh. That
I am
was
the tide caller.
a significant challenge actually. Braum fight more so than anything else. And the fight after I picked up the legendary power. Those were definitely the hardest encounters in the entire run. But one was because I decided to just get a drawback for myself, and the other one was because Braum's power directly countered mine. But it was still an incredible run in my opinion. I definitely performed very well, so I'm quite pleased with it. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.